Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Today we are going to discuss the basic concepts of economics. Economics is a social science that deals with the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. Understanding these basic concepts of economics is essential for making informed decisions in our daily lives. 1. Needs, wants, and demand. The first basic concept of economics is needs, wants, and demand. 1. Needs are basic human requirements like food, clothing, and shelter. 1. Wants are desires that are not necessary for survival but enhance the quality of life. 1. Demand is the willingness and ability of consumers to buy a product or service. For example, food is a basic need, while a fancy restaurant meal is a want. If consumers had the willingness and ability to pay for a fancy meal, then it becomes a demand. 1. Supply and supply curve. The second basic concept of economics is supply and supply curve. 1. Supply refers to the amount of goods or services that producers are willing to offer for sale at a given price. 1. The supply curve shows the relationship between the price of a product and the quantity supplied. For example, if the price of a product increases, then producers are willing to offer more of that product for sale. This leads to a movement along the supply curve. 1. Market and types of market. The third basic concept of economics is the market and its types. 1. A market is a place where buyers and sellers come together to exchange goods or services. 1. There are two types of markets: perfect competition and monopoly. Perfect competition is a market where many buyers and sellers participate in the exchange of goods or services, and no single entity has control over the market. Monopoly is a market where a single entity has control over the entire market. 1. Demand curve and market equilibrium. The fourth basic concept of economics is the demand curve and market equilibrium. 1. The demand curve shows the relationship between the price of a product and the quantity demanded. 1. The market equilibrium is the point where the quantity demanded equals the quantity supplied. For example, if the price of a product is too high, then the quantity demanded will decrease, leading to a movement along the demand curve. If the price is too low, then the quantity demanded will increase, leading to a movement along the demand curve. The market equilibrium is where the demand curve intersects with the supply curve. 1. Utility and consumption. The fifth basic concept of economics is utility and consumption. 1. Utility is the satisfaction or benefit derived from consuming a good or service. 1. Consumption is the act of using goods or services to satisfy human wants or needs. For example, a person might derive utility from consuming a cup of coffee, which satisfies their desire for caffeine and warmth. 1. Consumer surplus and law of diminishing marginal utility. The sixth basic concept of economics is consumer surplus and the law of diminishing marginal utility. 1. Consumer surplus is the difference between what a consumer is willing to pay for a product and the actual price they pay. 1. The law of diminishing marginal utility states that the more a person consumes of a product, the less satisfaction they derive from each additional unit. For example, a consumer might be willing to pay $5 for a cup of coffee, but if they only have to pay $3, they have a consumer surplus of $2. As they consume more cups of coffee, the satisfaction they derive from each additional cup decreases due to the law of diminishing marginal utility. 1. Price and value. The seventh basic concept of economics is price and value. 1. Price is the amount of money that a buyer pays for a good or service. 1. Value is the usefulness or importance that a good or service has to the buyer. For example, a person might pay $10 for a book that they value at $20 because they believe that the book will provide them with knowledge or entertainment worth more than the price they paid. 1. GDP, GNP, factors of production, national income, and per capita income. The eighth and final basic concept of economics is GDP, GNP, factors of production, national income, and per capita income. 1. GDP or gross domestic product is the total value of goods and services produced within a country in a given time period. 1. GNP or gross national product is the total value of goods and services produced by a country's residents, regardless of where they are located in the world. The factors of production are the resources required to produce goods and services, which include land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. National income is the total income earned by a country's residents, including wages, profits, and rents. Per capita income is the average income earned per person in a country. For example, if the GDP of a country is increasing, it means that the country is producing more goods and services, which can lead to economic growth. If the per capita income is increasing, it means that the average person in the country is earning more money, which can lead to improved living standards. Conclusion. In conclusion, these are the basic concepts of economics that are important for understanding how the economy works. By understanding these concepts, we can make better decisions about our own consumption, investments, and savings, as well as understand the broader economic policies and trends that affect us all.